So today we will discuss the topic of BEATER cars. So BEATER car, what is it? It is a car that is so cheap that it doesn't matter that much if it gets beat. So for example, it gets damaged by driving a little bit or scratches, dents, etc. And also my experience with BEATER cars. So my cheapest car that I had was also one of the most pleasant cars to have, and I will tell you why. My cheapest car was a Citroen AX with a GTi engine, a tuned GTi engine from Rally, and that was put into the Citroen AX GTi. So normally it had a 1.4 liter engine already with 8 valves in total, so 2 valves per cylinder, but it's a very light car, and it cost me about 600-700 euro, I think 600 euros. So that's quite cheap, and I drove it for I think 2 years, something like that, and then I sold it almost for the same price. So you have no depreciation at all. Also, I had no other costs at the car. Just how do you say this? We have a mod type of car, so it's a thing we call it APK. It's translated as common periodical test. So they test if your car is at the basic level, and no tires, no brakes, nothing had to be replaced. So it was quite a good buy. And what did I do? I found this AX GTi on a forum, because I found it first on the the car sellers page, and then I looked up on the license plate, and I found it on the forum, and I saw that the former owner had really put a lot of work into the car, so completely stripped it and worked all the rust areas, etc. Citroen AX that I had was a little bit stripped out, especially when I helped it a little bit more. Weighed about 700 kilograms with a full tank. That was ridiculous, because if you have like 140, 160-ish horsepower in that tuned car, it goes like stink. The only thing that I did is add a Group N ECU. That's a very easy plug and play, so you just buy the ECU, the Group N ECU, for someone who has made them. And I could find it through the forum, and I think I paid like 20-25 euros, something like that, to get it. Then you open up the ECU and you just put the print plates together very easily, and that made the car run a lot better, because it was the only thing that the former owner forgot to do, or was not yet doing it. And the thing is with a BEATER car, and that's the pleasure part, you don't care. If something happens, you don't care, but you can have so much fun with it because you don't have to care. If you have a very expensive car or a normal, quite new car, and some minor things are happening to it, it's more expensive than the complete cost of this AX GTi tuned. And that's the pleasure of owning a BEATER car. So, in other words, you know that I also had a Tesla Model S, quite an expensive car, and I really enjoyed that. But I also really enjoyed the AX, and no matter the budget that you are driving, also now I'm driving something that is far below the Model S that I had before. Now I'm into a Swiss Sport Hybrid, ZC33S. You can have so much fun, especially if you keep this rule in mind. Get a car that is suitable to your needs, but also quite light. So a lightweight car. Also that AX was very lightweight. They had already some plastic technologies, and yeah, of course if you get into an accident you will be in a world of troubles, but this is a very nice car if you are able to keep it on the road and not to get into accidents. I really love the car. It was also lowered with 106 Rally, which is a sister car to the AX components, and then lowered again. So it was a very stiff ride, but very nice and compliant. Also very good turn-in, of course, low weight, stiff and lowered suspension. Very nice car. And also the 2 valves per cylinder. Normally I like the 4 valves per cylinder or more valves per cylinder a lot more, but the 2 valves per cylinder, they have a lot of pulling power already at low RPMs. So even if you were not thrashing it, it's like a little bit like the Swift. It also has quite strong power at the low RPMs, and 1.4 liter is not that much, you think, and you will be. I will tell you are right, but this car is extremely light. The 106 Rally is cherished upon because it's such a good driver car, but the AX GTi is lighter, and the 106 Rally had a 1.3 liter engine, and this one had a 1.4 liter, so you get more power to the car. Also, if you look at the early stage 106s, there's a hidden gem, which is the 106 XSI 1.6. They came with a 1.4 engine, approximately 95 horsepower, but also a 1.6 engine. And that 1.6 engine is later used in the Phase 2 106 Rally, and that was already in the 106 XSI 1.6, and that car was even lighter than the 106 Rally Phase 2. So very good car, and also it had a lot more luxuries. So just giving you some thoughts. Also very good beater cars can be 4-wheel drive cars. So for example Subaru Impreza doesn't need to have to be a WRX, which of course is very nice and very potent. But also a standard version can be very good because you have the 4-wheel drive, you can take it off-road also very easily. And Foresters are also a very good beater car, also from Subaru. It's even higher on its feet, and it's very good to just use it and abuse it a little bit, because it's your beater car, you can get away with it. Have a great day. Foundering Car out.